This is News 3 Now at 5.
Thanks for joining us. The Dane County mandatory mask order is now underway. Amanda is here to tell us what this order includes. Amanda?
Yes, that mandate went into effect at 8 this morning, and it requires everyone over the age of 5 to wear a mask or a face covering while they're in a public space. So if you're out in a business, healthcare setting, or public transportation, you will be required to wear a mask in Dane County. When you're in a restaurant or bar eating, you can take off your mask, but you should be 6 feet away from another table. Local health officials say in March they did not recommend everyone wear masks, but now that they know more about COVID-19, they recommend everyone does.
Now we know that that guidance that we gave in March was wrong. It wasn't correct. We do know now with studies that there's a lot of people who have coronavirus that don't yet have symptoms. And 3 to 4 days before they start having any symptoms, they're going to be passing that virus off to other people. So it wasn't enough to say that you had to feel unwell to wear a mask, because we knew that people felt fine and were still giving the virus. The second thing that really changed our opinion on masks was
certain people are exempt from wearing masks. That includes people with physical, mental, or developmental conditions that prevent them from wearing masks.
Amanda, thank you. A photo circulating online shows a sign hanging in Hellbox Coffee Shop that says it is a mask-free zone and asks that customers remove face masks upon entering. As of 1 this afternoon, News 3 Now staff could not find this sign in the window. The customer who posted the photo said a 6-year-old girl was shamed for wearing one inside. This comes on the first day that the mask ordinance was in effect across Dane County. News 3 Now staff spoke with the owner of the store, who denied that that sign was posted. If you don't comply with the order, you could get a few $100 fine. Amy Reed is live now to explain how the Public Health Department plans to enforce the mandate. Amy?
Ideally, the city and county want people to just follow this on their own, but if you don't, the Public Health Department is leaning on education as a first step to compliance. Health experts have said that this is one of the tools we have to minimize spread. Now, if education doesn't work, depending on where you are, public health could cite you. In the city of Madison, the ticket is $376. Elsewhere in Dane County, it's $263.50. The city and county aren't expecting to hand out many tickets, as voluntary compliance has worked through the other public health orders we've had.
We've received, hundreds of complaints, and when we follow up with businesses, generally we get compliance and everyone complies. I mean, it doesn't even, because the first complaint goes to the public health office, and rarely does it even come to our office.
Polson said over the course of the pandemic, the city has given out fewer than 15 citations. People have been mostly complying. The health department said if you see someone not wearing a mask, assume they have a valid reason. The public health department does have an email set up if you need to report noncompliance, like if a business isn't requiring masks, and that's compliance@publichealthmdc.com, public health like MadisonDaneCounty.com.
All right, Amy Reed live. Amy, thank you. Milwaukee Common Council members have voted to require face coverings to be worn in public spaces in the city. The Common Council voted 15-0 today to pass that order. It requires anyone 3 years old and older to wear a mask. The ordinance says that the Milwaukee Health Department should fine businesses that do not comply. Wisconsin has recorded another 701 positive cases of coronavirus today. That number, a slight decline from yesterday's 769. Right now, Wisconsin has a lifetime total of 37,149 cases. The death toll now at 821. More than 7,400 cases remain active. About 78% of cases are now fully recovered. Roughly 7.5% of Wisconsin's new tests have come back positive today. That's according to new data from the State Department of Health Services. Although that percentage has dropped from Sunday's 10.1%, the amount of testing has remained about the same. Coronavirus cases continue to explode across the country, especially in the South and in the West. The U.S. has recorded more than 3.3 million cases and more than 135,000 deaths. Arizona ICUs are nearly full, the state preparing for the outbreak to get much worse. In Texas, more than 10,000 people are hospitalized with COVID-19. Florida recorded more than 12,600 new cases today after setting a record Sunday with more than 15,000. A leading infectious disease expert calls the situation extremely grave.
They have not taken it seriously enough. They have not wanted to adhere to the new normal guidelines.
Oregon reported more COVID-19 cases in the past week than in the entire month of May. The Boys and Girls Club of Dane County is receiving 30,000 masks for the community. Boomer Naturals, a Las Vegas company, donated 15,000 masks worth $150,000 today. Metcalf's donated another 15,000. 15,000 of those masks will go to local community groups, including the Madison Metropolitan School District, food pantries, nursing facilities, and the Madison Police Department.
We're going to get 500 to Dane County mask makers. For those who cannot make it, you can go on their website. You can order a face mask for a child, for an adult, and they're going to start delivering those face masks directly to your house if you need them.
Also looking for donations for materials so they can make more masks. If you'd like to learn more about the effort, we put a link at channel3000.com. With masks being mandatory in Dane County, sometimes those masks can be hard to find in stores or aren't affordable for everyone. Luckily, there are some quick DIY projects you can do at home and make your own effective face coverings with instructions provided by the CDC. No sewing required. All you need is a thin piece of cloth, something you can still breathe through, like a handkerchief, bandana, or even parts of an old t-shirt or a pair of rubber bands as well. We have a full tutorial on how to make those masks. Just go to our website, channel3000.com. Dr. Anthony Fauci, standing with the Trump administration's response to the pandemic, appears to be diminishing a bit. President Trump says he does get along with Dr. Fauci very well, but the president adds he doesn't always agree with the government's top infectious disease expert. And sources on the White House Coronavirus Task Force tell CBS News Dr. Fauci creates headlines that are not helpful. Dr. Fauci says the rise in cases is due in part to the economy reopening too quickly.
When you try to reopen, if you're not handling the surgency well, what you're seeing is what we're seeing right now.
We test more than anybody by far, and when you test, you create cases. So we've created cases.
Well, more than 60% of voters in some of the hardest hit areas right now say their state moved too quickly to reopen. Partly sunny, mild out there today. We could see some severe weather later in the week, maybe later tomorrow. Let's check your first warn forecast. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canolti. Gary?
That is a possibility as the air becomes more humid and thunderstorm chances are on the increase by late tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night. Right now, pretty quiet out there. It's just some fair weather cumulus clouds for the most part. Things very quiet across Wisconsin on visible cloud track, but to the north and west, some severe thunderstorms are expected to develop over the next few hours over northern Minnesota, possibly reaching northwestern Wisconsin later tonight. But tomorrow, that severe weather threat shifts southeastward and covers much of southern Wisconsin. A slight risk of severe thunderstorms west of Madison for a few severe storms, more isolated severe storms east of Madison in the marginal risk area. Temperatures right now, very comfortable. Upper 70s to the lower 80s. 81 right now in Madison and Janesville. Dew point temperatures also pretty comfortable, right around 60 degrees. But notice to the north and west, the humidity starts to increase. The dew points do as well. So look for low temperatures in the middle 60s overnight. Tomorrow we'll look for a high of 84 with thunderstorms developing either late in the afternoon or more likely tomorrow night. I'll detail the severe weather threat in just a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. A 29-year-old maintenance worker was struck by a vehicle and killed on Highway 151 this morning. The Columbus Fire Department says the crash happened in a construction zone at the overpass of Highway 73 and 151. This was about 8:30 this morning. The Columbia County Sheriff's Office said the construction worker was employed by a private company and was in the construction zone. Officials say a vehicle owned by Michael's Construction was involved in the crash.
Yes, we have been in contact with the driver of the vehicle. They've been fully cooperative at this time. And like I said, we are looking into the incident, and we'll have more information as the investigation unfolds.
The road was closed for more than 4 hours while crew investigated. Officials are reminding drivers to slow down in those busy construction zones. A $10,000 reward is being offered for information of the arrest of a man accused in a double homicide and arson in Jefferson County. 62-year-old Kevin Anderson charged with killing his sister and brother-in-law. This was last month in Jefferson County and setting his parents' house on fire in the town of Sumner. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives is offering the reward. In addition to the ATF's reward, the U.S. Marshals are also working with investigators to help locate and arrest Anderson. An online petition is asking for hate crime charges to be filed against a man who attacked a black woman and her family at Woodman's on Madison's east side last Thursday. Jamie Perez has more details describing what happened here. Jamie?
Right, well, the police incident report actually described this as more of a parking lot dispute, but that petition says that this was more racially charged. An online petition is circulating with about 4,000 signatures asking that this man is charged with a hate crime. The petition says 65-year-old David Lithjahan started yelling racial slurs at a black woman out of his car window, followed her as she parked, and attacked her. The woman says her son went to get help, and when he came back, Lithjahan started strangling him.
This is what it looks like when you get handcuffed and you leap in somebody's car, put your hands on the woman and put your hands on all her kids. You get arrested.
Police later arrested him on suspicion of battery and disorderly conduct. According to the police incident report, Lithjahan denied punching the woman and told police he was upset that her car was blocking him from pulling out of a parking stall. The incident report makes no mention of racial slurs being used. Madison police have not commented on whether or not this man will be charged with a hate crime, and this case is still active and under investigation, so they would not comment further.
And Jamie Perez reporting. Jamie, thank you. A 71-year-old man was taken to a hospital after being trapped in a grain bin for 2 hours. Firefighters were called to the scene on Grandview Road in Stitzer about 8:20 this morning. Firefighters say David Reiter was trapped in the grain bin up to his chest in corn and was unable to escape. Multiple crews responded. They were able to get him out of the grain bin. He was conscious and alert, and then taken to UW Hospital. Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Kaul today was among 18 attorneys general that sued the U.S. Department of Homeland Security and U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, also known as ICE, over rules related to international students. That lawsuit is aimed at stopping a new federal rule that tells international students they must return to their native countries if they are taking classes online. UW System President Tommy Thompson reacted to the lawsuit, saying, quote, international students are welcomed here at the UW System. We fully support the Attorney General's action today joining the lawsuit, challenging the ICE rules regarding international students. While we provided background for the lawsuit, our belief is that our university's planned hybrid model of teaching delivery during the fall 2020 semester ensures our compliance with the rules if they are upheld. Still ahead on News 3 Now at 5, an update on the search for a missing Glee star Naya Rivera. And coming up tonight at 6, a local gym makes plans for outdoor classes for people who don't feel comfortable exercising with a mask on. And a quick check of the markets, some mixed numbers in Monday trading. The Dow up 10.5. The Nasdaq lost more than 226 points. The S&P 500 down almost 30. We'll be right back.
It's time to breathe easier with a professional air duct deep cleaning from Stanley Steamer. We remove the dirt hidden deep inside your ducts, helping you get back to a cleaner and healthier home. Call 1-800-STEAMER today.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Kindness makes a world of difference at the Century House. Donate $50 or more to the Second Harvest Food Bank of Southern Wisconsin and save more than ever before on stressless seating. Save at least $300 on stressless recliners and office chairs. Plus, save hundreds more with $200 off every sofa seat you buy. There's never been a better time to help others and fill your home with the unmatched comfort of stressless seating. Be kind and save generously at the Century House.
At Papa Murphy's, we need seriously, chop seriously, and shred seriously. Because we're serious about Tuesdays, even if you're not. Every Tuesday, get a large pizza for just $10. Papa Murphy's. Change the way you pizza.
It was a dark night in drive-thru land. The people had grown tired of greasy burgers and gut bombs. But then, 3 heroes emerged. Their savory sauces brought courage. Their juicy tomatoes brought might. Their roast chicken brought the taste of roast chicken. They were called Arby's New Market Fresh Wraps. And everyone ate happily ever after at the end. Arby's, we have the meat.
Just go to 2020census.gov, answer some questions, and your response could help impact community funding for schools and lunch programs. Don't just talk about it.
Be about it.
That's right.
It's not too late. Shape your future. Start here at 2020census.gov.
I am crushing this to-do list.
Let me see. Smart home upgrade? Home gym?
Check.
What about the window, siding, and doors?
Cross something important off your list. Free installation on all windows, siding, and doors. And no interest for 1 year. The biggest sale of the year is here.
Free installation ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
At Stanley Steamer, we love homes. It's why we started cleaning them over 70 years ago and why we still continue today. Whatever home means to you, we're ready when you are to make sure your space is clean and that you and the ones you care about most are safe.
A chance of storms back in the forecast Tuesday. Chris Reese will let you know what you can expect before you head out the door.
And summer vacations are anything but normal this year. We're going to share how you can do it safely.
We'll see you starting at 4:30 tomorrow.
They're the best-kept secrets of Madison's concerts on the square.
Hi, I'm Andrew Sewell, Music Director of the Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra. Join us as we get closer to the musicians who make concerts on the square something special.
Wednesdays on Live at 4.
Authorities say Glee star Naya Rivera has been found dead at a Southern California lake. Ventura County Sheriff's officials confirm at a news conference that the body found floating in Lake Peru earlier today was the 33-year-old Rivera. The discovery came 5 days after Rivera's 4-year-old son was found asleep and alone on a rented boat. Authorities say the following day they believed Rivera had drowned.
Detectives from our Major Crimes Bureau began working this case from the onset. Their work on this case revealed there was no indication of foul play and no indication this was a suicide.
She is the third star of the Fox musical comedy series Glee to die in their 30s. Her death was confirmed exactly 7 years after co-star Corey Monteith died. Smoke continues to rise from a naval ship in San Diego after a fire broke out yesterday morning. San Diego's fire chief said the fire could burn for days. There were 160 people on board the USS Bonhomme Richard when the fire first started. Everyone has been accounted for. The Navy says 34 sailors, 23 civilians have been treated for some minor injuries, including heat exhaustion and smoke inhalation. 5 people are in the hospital in stable condition. Meanwhile, investigators have said some type of internal explosion started the fire. The ship was reportedly undergoing some maintenance. If you haven't filed your federal taxes yet, you still have 2 days. This year's federal deadline is Wednesday the 15th. It was postponed due to the pandemic. If you are filing, you might want to do so online. There is a huge backlog of paper tax returns because so many IRS employees have been working from home. That means taxpayers who already filed a paper return may be waiting a while for any refunds. Also know that taxpayers can request an extension to October 15th, but still need to submit an extension form by July 15th. Well, let's get a look at your first warned weather. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti now joins us with our forecast.
A lot of things to talk about today, Eric. First of all, Comet Neowise might be able to be viewed in the early evening and then late at night. If you look to the northwest sky, and this is through July and August, so basically just below the Big Dipper, you have to look down near the horizon. You might need binoculars to see it better, especially if you're away from city lights, but look for the comet on the horizon. And then also it's possible to see it in the northeastern sky early in the morning before sunrise, so again down near the horizon. But comet viewing might be a possibility. A lot of that depends on the clouds. Tonight might be a better chance than certainly tomorrow night, because as the humidity levels, the stickiness starts to increase for tomorrow, and that could lead to some strong to severe thunderstorms late tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. And then we're back to hot and humid weather by the weekend with high temperatures in the lower 90s by the weekend. Right now on Doppler track, all the strong thunderstorms are up in northern Minnesota, but those will develop southward with time this evening, and there is a threat for severe weather into northwestern Wisconsin tonight. But tomorrow that severe weather threat shifts into our area. The main threats would be high winds, perhaps some hail, and even the possibility for an isolated tornado, especially north and west of Madison, where the storms first form late tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. So keep a weather eye to the sky for that. Also, the potential is there for some heavy rain. Some areas may pick up less than a ½ inch of rain. Other areas could pick up 2 or 3 inches in a short period of time. Hard to pinpoint exactly the area that's most likely for that to happen. But because of that, we have an alert day in the forecast for late tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, for the possibility for some strong to severe thunderstorms. And then we also have alert days in the forecast for Saturday and Sunday. As hot and humid weather returns, high temperatures will reach the lower 90s. And notice the heat index values up to around the triple digits at times. So over the next 10 days, notice temperatures actually slightly below normal on Wednesday because of the shower and thunderstorm threat. But once the sun comes back out, those temperatures stay above normal with the hottest weather for the weekend. And in fact, this is just a continuation of what has been going on with the global climate change. So far for 2020, our global temperatures are very close to the all-time record high that was set back in 2016. And of course, July so far has been a really hot month here and around other parts of the world as well. And also we're seeing an increase in the amount of extreme humid days across our part of the country. Here in Wisconsin, we're seeing about 80 to 90% increase since the 1980s to now of the really high humidity days where you get those dew point temperatures into the middle 70s, the top 5%. So the heat and humidity definitely on the increase. That's leading the thunderstorm development to our north and west. The hot weather is to the south, so these storms are forming on the northern edge of the heat, and then all it takes is one of these cold fronts to start triggering the thunderstorms. But right now, those fronts are still to our north and west. The temperatures are comfortably warm here. It definitely is warmer out to the west, and then notice those dew point temperatures. Lower 60s here, but you start to see those 70-degree-plus dew points in the Dakotas ahead of that cold front. That's where the severe weather threat is going to be highest. And then the 8 to 14-day temperature outlook calling for above normal temperatures over the entire lower 48 states, with above normal precipitation in the eastern part of the country, below normal precipitation out west. And, you know, that just means July is definitely going to be a hot month around here. 84 for the high tomorrow. It'll be breezy, warm, and humid with a chance for thunderstorms late. Not looking for any rain tonight. The storms to the north will pass to our north later on, but then for tomorrow, look for showers and thunderstorms late afternoon into the evening hours. They might die down overnight and then flare up again on Wednesday afternoon. That'll keep temperatures in the 70s. Again, those rainfall amounts, spotty. Some areas less than a half inch. Some areas could pick up an inch or two or more in a short period of time. 7 to 10 day forecast. Again, once the storms move out, the temperatures go up. Alert days for the weekend. Temperatures will stay in the 80s for next week, maybe a little bit less in the way of humidity. As we take a look at first warn traffic right now, a couple of traffic incidents out there. This is the view on the Beltline at Park Street. Traffic moving pretty steadily in both directions there. However, there is an accident near Southtown Drive on the Beltline causing some minor delays there. Also, a stalled vehicle on the exit ramp on I-39-94 northbound at East Washington Avenue. As far as travel times are concerned, no problems right now in the Beltline. About 15 minutes either direction between University Avenue and the interstate. Heading out of Madison, 25 minutes down to Janesville on I-39-90, 16 minutes to Sauk City on US 12, and a quick 14 minutes to Sun Prairie on East Washington Avenue and US 151. It's your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
All right, Gary, thank you. Ahead on News 3 Now at 5, the Washington Redskins are officially changing their name. So what's next for other teams whose mascots have been called racist? That story ahead at 5.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5. News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Wells Asphalt Paving, expert paving for over 40 years. Now offering $250 off your asphalt paving project. For residential and commercial, from new construction to replacements. Call today and save at Wells Asphalt Paving.
Social distancing and family quarantines are a jarring reality for kids. It's a big adjustment, so it's important that we adults do what we can to help them navigate this new normal. Encourage your kids to ask questions and give them honest, age-appropriate answers. Show them things that they can do to regain some control. And above all, reassure them that their safety is your top priority.
Now more than ever, SSM Health and News 3 Now encourage you to take time for kids.
For over 25 years, Fry Construction has provided excellence in home repairs and improvements. No job is too small or too big, and your safety is always our concern. Respected in the industry and voted best of Madison, Fry Construction delivers lasting quality for your home with free virtual consultations from the comfort and safety of your own home, or we will come see you following strict safety protocols. Visit fryconstruction.com and get inspired for your next home improvement. Contact us today.
Get the refrigerator you've always wanted now at the Brothers Maine Big Deal Refrigerator Sale. You'll save big on every Amana, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Whirlpool. French doors, black stainless, and smart refrigerators all come with up to 18-month 0% financing. And you'll get our risk-free 30-day price satisfaction guarantee. Hey, we make it easy to be confident in your new refrigerator. It's the Big Deal Refrigerator Sale with more selection, more savings, and more big confidence only at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
Trust the summer lawn and garden experts at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. We have everything you need to create, maintain, and enjoy your ideal yard, all at great low prices. Like small bags of estate grass seed on sale for just $10.99. Plus, don't miss summer pet care deals like $3 off select bags of Purina Pro Plan dog food. And large bags of Farm and Fleet Performance Dog or Original Cat food are on sale, only $19.99.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
There's time for adventure, there's people that treasure and moments that no one can hold.
There's so much to see when you're walking
Asphalt Paving. Expert paving for over 40 years. Now offering $250 off your asphalt paving project. For residential and commercial, from new construction to replacements. Call today and save at Wells Asphalt Paving.
The decades-old debate over whether the Washington Redskins should change their name is now over. Redskins was retired today, but a new name for the historic NFL team has not yet been revealed. In a statement, the NFL team said owner Dan Snyder and coach Ron Rivera are working closely to develop a new name and design approach that will enhance the standing of our proud, tradition-rich franchise and inspire our sponsors, fans, and community for the next 100 years. Meanwhile, the Atlanta Braves organization says it is not changing the team name. The Major League Baseball team said in a statement today the Braves, quote, honor, respect, and value the Native American community. They said the team has had conversations with several Native American communities, and as a result, quote, changing the name of the Braves is not under consideration or deemed necessary. However, the team said an advisory group is reviewing the tomahawk chop, the arm movement done by Braves fans at home games. Badgers Athletic Director Barry Alvarez reminding Badger fans to stay safe during the pandemic.
As Badgers, we believe that defense is the key to victory. Right now, we're all defending against a common opponent, the COVID-19 pandemic. The defensive game plan to slow COVID is simple. Wear a mask in public spaces, physically distance 6 feet for the safety of everyone, and wash your hands regularly.
Now, last week, the Big Ten announced fall sports teams will not play other conferences this year during the season, and that includes the much-anticipated Badger football game against Notre Dame at Lambeau Field. The Badgers have not announced any other plans for sports in the fall. The world's finest athletes were set to descend on Japan this month before the 2020 Olympic Games were postponed, but even as Tokyo battles a rise in coronavirus infections, the mayor of Tokyo vows next year's games will go on as scheduled. Postponing the games comes with a hefty price tag. Experts project the additional cost will be close to $3 billion. The head of the International Olympic Committee says it would have been easier and cheaper to have canceled the games instead. We'll have a final check of your first warn forecast in just a moment. Stay with us.
Save big money on your next project and get 11% off everything at Menards. Bio Advanced Complete Insect Killer kills insects for up to 3 months. This 32-ounce ready-to-spray bottle is only $10.99 after sale price and 11% off. Get a clean edge around gardens and flower beds with Master Gardener Pro Lawn Edging. A 40-foot roll is $18.95 after sale price and 11% off. Start saving with 11% off everything. Now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
In this time of social distancing, when taking a break from everyday life is critical to everyone's health, there is one thing we can all do together: complete the 2020 census. Your responses are critical to plan for the next 10 years of healthcare, infrastructure, and education. Let's make a difference together by taking a few minutes to go online to 2020census.gov. It's for the well-being of your community. It will help shape America's future.
Though challenges surround us, life still goes on. There's still time to dream, still plans to be made. And if you're retiring soon, still deadlines to be met. We talk with people every day who need to replace their employer benefits when they retire. We can answer your questions too, so you can feel good about the decisions you make. For a retirement benefits checklist, visit us online or call Physicians Mutual Insurance Company today.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Growing up in Wisconsin, you know that our traditions help define us. That's why so many of us choose EdVest, Wisconsin's $529 college savings plan. Getting started online is quick and easy. And even if your kids are blowing out more and more candles, EdVest is a great way to prepare for the cost of higher education that will be here before you know it. Contribute at edvest.com to take advantage of the 2020 Wisconsin state tax deduction.
This summer, get back to where you belong, along 60 miles of beautiful wide-open beaches, where family vacations have never been so much fun. With every sunrise and each high tide, the beach is calling you to raise your spirits, make you smile, and bring your family closer together. So stop dreaming and start booking, because we can't wait for you to get here. Visit Myrtle Beach and discover why happiness comes in waves.
Trust us to get it right. These storms are capable of producing some heavy rain and maybe some hail.
To keep you prepared
when severe weather is on the way.
We have an alert day in the forecast for this evening for strong to possibly severe thunderstorms, hail, high winds, perhaps even an isolated tornado can't be ruled out.
And your family's safety is on the line. You need to seek shelter immediately.
Our team and technology are ready to help you stay safe.
Trust the First Warn Weather Team on News 3 Now.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, some big news as California's governor rolls back the state's reopening plan as LA and San Diego school districts announce that students will not return to campus this fall. Is the country headed back towards a lockdown? Plus, the Washington Redskins announced they will retire the team's name and mascot. Tonight, what other teams are facing pressure to change. And actress Kelly Preston dies of breast cancer. We'll take a look back tonight at her remarkable life. That's all coming up on the CBS Evening News.
Finally, Atlanta has its own guitar hero. Meet Chavis Flagg, Atlanta's guitar-playing skateboarder. The 24-year-old skates up and down the city's popular Beltline Trail, playing everything from Prince and Jimi Hendrix to Pop Smoke. It helps him earn money since so many music venues right now are closed, of course. It's also a bright spot for folks in Atlanta right now. Flagg says seeing people's faces light up brings him joy, and he can see why it brings joy to others as well.
Considering the fact I can't be on a skateboard
or play
guitar, you know, I'm impressed.
Yeah, you can maybe forecast the weather while standing. No, you probably couldn't even stand on a skateboard. No, you probably white, right?
No,
keeping an eye on some stuff for tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah,
right?
The potential is there for some severe weather. Tonight, it's starting to flare up in northern Minnesota. That's where the severe weather threat will be highest. But tomorrow, that shifts southeastward and affects southern Wisconsin. So we'll have to keep an eye on that late tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night. Highest severe weather threat northwest of Madison. Temperatures right now, very comfortable. A little cooler near Lake Michigan, but generally around 80. Dew point temperatures around 60. That's pretty comfortable. Humidity starts to increase for tomorrow, though. Look for a high of 84. Thunderstorms possible late afternoon, more likely tomorrow night. And then the heat really kicks in for the weekend. Alert days for heat Saturday and Sunday.
We're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. Stay tuned now for the CBS Evening News.